Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. This morning I'm going to be unboxing and assembling this Ejwox 3.2 gallon or 12 liter fruit press. If you're new to the channel, these two buckets contain wine must, and I'm going to be pressing it with this fruit press tomorrow. So I got to get her assembled today if I'm going to press juice with it tomorrow. I've read online on Amazon that this comes as a complete pile of parts. There is nothing assembled to anything. So we'll find out what kind of a wrench and stuff we need. They also say that the instructions are horrific. So we'll see. I don't know. That looks like all you need right there. Well, it doesn't look like the instructions are very bad. Maybe they've changed them. Or maybe some people just need more instruction. That could be the fact. Okay. Alright, this is the mesh bag that goes on the inside. Set that aside. These are the staves. And one person had commented that it's hard to tell which side the bevel is on, but it's pretty obvious to me. This is the narrow side, this is the inside, this is the outside. So far the reviews have been fairly wrong. I should have a better setup here, but I'm right in the middle of drywalling and making wine, so it is what it is. Okay, this is just cardboard. Okay, this base, there was people that said it's all cast iron. That's not cast iron, that's steel. Okay, so we have a bunch of staves down in here. And there was also people complaining about these, that there wasn't enough of them. And I do believe several people said there was only 2 of them. But it looks like there's 6 of them here. Hopefully that's going to be enough, because once you start pressing, you really don't want to stop in the middle of it. So I may need to make a few more of these. It looks like I can just cut some 1x2 right away, temporarily, and then make some nicer ones later. But there was people that said it should have came with like 8 of them, and there's only 6, so I will probably make some. That's the screw. This all appears to be fairly high quality. I mean, there's nothing, no blemishes or anything on this stuff. It's all clear wood. It looks like beech, but I'm sure it's some other wood. Okay, this is the where the handle connects. This is the 2 rings. Bag of screws. And this is the plate that I believe that goes right there. Okay, so it doesn't appear as though anything's damaged. What kind of screw head is this? They are Phillips. So I'm going to set up the screw shooter with a Phillips tip. I would rather they were square drive, but it is what it is. So I'll set up the screw shooter and get this stuff unwrapped, and then for the most part it looks like it has a top and bottom hole, which is pretty simple, and then you just screw through that into this. Alright, let's get going on this. I guess these instructions are pretty terrible. So it shows them screwing into the wood slat, which is, you know, that's all okay. If you have it sitting like this, screw through it right into the pre-drilled hole there. But that puts the large edge on the inside. These are all drilled on the small side. So when you put this thing together, it'll have a gaping hole, or a gaping gap on the outside and a tighter gap on the inside. Maybe that's how it's designed, and that's how I'm going to have to do it, because you can't really just drill through or screw through on this side, because you can't see where the hole is, unless you were to go around and make sure all these holes go all the way through. Yeah, it's kind of odd. Alright, so, and then it says bevel edge and smooth edge. So I'm guessing this is the smooth edge, which is supposed to go down, and this is the beveled edge. So they would go like this, right like that. So I'm going to start screwing this thing together that way, and hopefully it's correct. But maybe it'll become apparent why you do that once I start screwing it together. So let's grab the screw shooter and get this thing assembled. Alright, here we go. Smooth side up. So put one of those there. And I had to hunt all over the place for a Phillips screwdriver. Don't want to over tighten these and strip them. This side and smooth side up. Okay, now for the pressing plate, which is that block of wood and the steel plate. And I'm guessing these two of these three are used for that, and there's one screw to spare. Oops. Yeah, this is going to get pressed in here tomorrow, which should be pretty cool. All right, let me get that stuff. Okay, it doesn't appear to have an upside or a downside. Oh, this is not pre-drilled. That kind of sucks. Huh. Well, I'm going to have to go out and get a drill bit. I'm not just going to try driving these into there. These might not be the right ones. Let me see if there's other screws here. All right. These are the right screws according to the instructions. They are part number 11. Okay, let me see if I can get this aligned correctly. They really should have the screws or the holes pre-drilled. Alright, I'm going to get that one in, get that screw in, and then do the other one. Okay, not too hard, but some people may not have the correct size drill bit or even a drill. So I would say that's a negative. Alright, now for, I think this is the handle, and it appears as though the Acme screw is in two pieces. So let's get this assembled, and might as well get this opened up as well. I will clean this tomorrow before I start pressing. I guess the two half rounds keep this in place, but it wants to wobble around. This is the drain trough here, so it doesn't sit in that. Okay, let's get this going. This is pretty straightforward. It's well machined. There's a bit of oil on this. I'll have to get that off. Should be looking at the instructions. See what they say. Alright, we are past that. Okay, connect those two. Alright, and then it just says that you need to have this connected firmly to the floor. I need the actual screw part, or the actual nut part on here. So let me grab that. Alright, here is the nut. And it appears to have like a ultra high molecular weight washer on it. Or Teflon. So that would go up against that. Okay, I don't think there's an up or down on this. Let me see. But this would actually be underneath there, and then you have to these go on top of the fruit. I'm surprised there's such a large gap around the edge. And, oh, yeah, this doesn't, something appears wrong on this. With this basket centered and that screwed in the middle, this round part is way off. It almost touches on this side, and there's a huge gap over here. And doesn't look like there's any way to adjust that. It's like the hole for this is drilled in the wrong place. Yeah, it nearly touches right here, and a big gap on the other side. Alright, well, it is what it is. I'm going to have to use it, but I believe this has a manufacturing error to it. I don't know why it would be offset like that. Let's see if the instructions tell you. Okay, it says smooth edge is at the base, but I don't think that's going to make any difference. Maybe this this basket is just racked from being put together, but I don't see how that could be either. Alright, well, let's get this on. Stuff is really wrapped up well. The parts all seem to be, you know, high quality. There's no paint drips. They're fully painted. Everything appears to be decent quality, but except for the way this thing is going together. Maybe I'll get that figured out. It could be just that these rings, this maybe just needs to be pressed down to get it unracked. That could be it. And it is pretty obvious right off the bat that I'm going to have to make some more of those wood blocks, but it shouldn't be that hard. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to have to cut some 2x2 or something. Anything that'll fit down in there. On one of the reviews, somebody was using bricks because he said the blocks were the same size as bricks, but that must be a much bigger press. This is on the small side. Okay. Well, that is about it. The rest of this stuff all just gets put in there. You put the bag in. This is a mesh bag so that everything doesn't come creeping out of the slats there. You put the bag in there, and then you put this in. You fill it up as high as you're going to fill it, and then you start stacking these. Oops. You start stacking these on top, and then this is right under here, and then you put this on and start smushing, and then when it goes down a certain distance, you add a couple more of these, then put this back on and press some more, then take it off, and then put a couple more on. If you had a smaller amount of things to press, this is not going to press anywhere near the bottom, so you would need to cut a bunch more of these. Okay, I will be pressing the must, which is, well, I'll show you that right away. This is red wine must. It's crushed berries and juice, and some of the berries are still whole, as you can see over there. So when you press this, it will pop the berries that haven't been crushed yet and separate the juice from the skins. So if you want to see me press this stuff, which will actually kind of be the last part of this review, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you give the video a like and or share it, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.